Thank you so much, everyone, for a very brief intro. We'll be going into the discussion of the topic, and where we'll be having our debaters interact with each other to give their opposing views as what they see as flaws or faults each point that everyone has raised. So we'll be starting from Sakachina. Let's start from the right
Okay.
now. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The points that supporters have raised, what are the things that you see are not feasible and would need correction, sir?
Thank you very much. I'll continue with my story. So, before I graduated, the principal of that school happened to be my father's mate when he was bathing with shower at Bristol. Decided I also have a few of the shower. So they built a new block then, and they placed showers in there, my secondary school. So I also had an opportunity of taking bath in the shower. And by the time I was celebrating the shower, and I saw one crack from the top to the bottom by the side yard of that same building. And I became scared of bathing in the shower again. It didn't take time for me to see that crack. Of course, the person who was building that particular bedrooms, I knew the person, and I knew that to some extent the work that had been done there was not solid enough. So he made effort to replicate what he had during his time, but it was short-lived because of poor management of project, maybe, or the embezzlement of the funds that were given to people who were supposed to execute the project. So it didn't amount to anything. While discussing the structures of government, the problem we have, and Ocholi spoke about colonialism, yes, I appreciate him for what he said. That was a discourse then. That's all I can say. Because how Europe underdeveloped Africa was written by Walter Rodney, I think as far back as 1970. Yeah. So recently somebody wrote a book, not too recent though, but Stanley Igwe wrote a book on how Africa underdeveloped Africa. Because that's the discourse we are having now. We're coming back home to look at ourselves rather than pointing fingers where we may not get a solution. That was what I want to say to his. Then to respond to my boss, he spoke about the wonderful reforms that should be done in the government. I would say that my first question will be, who should do the reforms? Yes, we can discuss reforms from here tomorrow. Who will do the reform? The person who is corrupt? The person who does not have integrity? This is the challenge we have. So we are discussing primarily. That's what we have primarily in our topic. So if we don't handle a primary concern, we cannot jump to a secondary problem. When we have the good leaders coming, then we believe they can set in the reforms. Corruption has been the problem. Do the program, write the budget, give health whatsoever you want to give it, set up the system, boycott it, follow the backyard, and the thing is on paper, it's not being implemented. This is the challenge that we have, and that's why we are hammering on corrupt leaders. So I will just stop at that point for now so that I don't take too much time. Thank you.
Okay.